know.
I know. You sound like my mother.
There's no way we're gonna be able to hold that.
All right, we're gonna do it live.
Let's draw this off. Let's draw this out as long as possible.
Slowly,
so it starts to shake.
Goes down.
No, I can actually already feel it. My calves are starting to burn pretty bad.
Right now?
I'm unstable.
What's gonna happen?
Hey guys, Luke C here with TFBTV Showtime. We're back here at NRAM 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm here at the SIG booth with my good friend Phil Strader.
Hello.
And a new good friend who's I guess part of our new throuple. I'm shrinking slowly here. Mr.
There we go.
Mr. Connor with Ace XRs. It's XR, right? Not VR. Ace XR.
Ace virtual shooting, yeah.
Ace virtual shooting.
That's it, yep.
Now you guys have partnered up in a pretty unique way to kind of work on some of what SIG is kind of trying to been doing with their shoot stick stuff that, you know, kind of let everyone compete from home, and you guys have the perfect tool to do that. So,
that's right.
Connor, what is Ace Virtual Shooting for those who don't know?
So Ace is a virtual shooting simulator for the MetaQuest headset that has a realistic physical handset that feels like the gun you own.
Yeah.
And then you have a VR app with hundreds of stages and drills that are immersive, realistic, and it's a ton of fun to shoot.
Okay, and you talk about these realistic handsets.
Handsets, yeah.
These handsets, they're kind of like plastic dummy guns, right? So like they don't look anything like a real gun.
That's right.
They're also weighted correctly. Like
exactly.
They have optics and loaded mags in them.
Yeah, so Ace is made by shooters. So we appreciate details like weight and weight balance and the brake and the trigger and the reset and the mag release button. So we put those details into this to give you something that when you're shooting in VR has the feel and the trigger that you'd want in your real gun.
Right.
But no gun parts, super safe, but has steel weights, so it has that weight that you'd want from your real gun.
Now, obviously, you've worked with SIG on this, so SIG has graciously probably donated several copies so you guys can get the fit, the feel, and all that down right.
I think that's right. It's a great partnership because they see the vision of how this really can grow and transform the sport and the community of shooting. You really see this as the beginning of a global community of now people can shoot, enjoy shooting experiences from the comfort of home.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where we're aligned and what we're trying to do.
Right, and I've definitely seen. I mean, I borrowed one of your sets earlier, and I told you I just immediately turned around and bought one because I saw the value in it, and it's, you know, talking to Phil here, who is a competitive shooter as well. I mean, Phil, how do you feel about joining up with the video game world?
I think it's a perfect fit. There is no greater authority on never practicing than me, and I did most of my proliferation through the sport through dry firing. Yep. And dry firing is just, you can only get so much out of it.
Right.
And this now incorporates the ability to not just dry fire, but also put some realistic and attainable goals and ways you can measure yourself along the way.
Yeah.
And now it's gotten to the point where you can set up stages. If you have a flat enough space, you can actually build stages and practice full stages and never leave your home, or well, unless you got hopefully you got a big room to do it in. But but I've seen team tactics. I've seen it just goes beyond competitive shooting. It goes into our tactical field, law enforcement field. It gives people so many new options to be able to get better, learn the basics, become better shooters, better gun handlers, safer gun handlers, and never have to even step foot on a range.
Right.
It's
so
incredible.
like SIG has had this long-standing dream of like helping bring like talented shooting or good shooting, solid shooting fundamentals to everyone through like Shoot SIG. Like that's why you're
SIG
so
Sauer Academy.
Yeah, you're focused on getting the public there, right? And
Right.
like, I think that's kind of why this is a natural partnering for you two, because Ace. That's your whole deal, right?
That's right.
It's an off-the-shelf product you can go shoot at home.
It's affordable, it's convenient, it's available for everyone to get. And I think the underappreciated word of this is fun. I think the phrase we heard a lot here today is, this is so addicting. I can see myself playing this forever. I've got a guy last night on our Ace VR training group Facebook page said, I've had Ace for 20 days, I've shot 60,000 rounds.
Yep.
I shoot while my coffee is brewing, I go to work, I come home, I shoot again. And that just speaks to the idea of like, there's so much enjoyment in the sport of shooting that now finally people can have at home whenever they want.
Yes, and as someone who works from his desk, like 90% of the time, that Ace,
you're that guy.
Ace VR, the Ace virtual shooting has become my 15-minute smoke break because I don't smoke. So like that's what I do at home.
There you go.
I do advanced dry fire in virtual reality.
It's been great working with Ace. It's a natural partnership. We were so excited to see other people's enthusiasm in shooting and training and having fun and doing it in this format. It's a natural fit, and we couldn't be happier with that.
And you guys just had a little competition here today.
We did.
Like we do on the Facebook groups and everything like that.
Right.
What was on offer today? What did people win, Phil?
Well, today, actually, we're giving away this prize package every day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and first place won a 226 Reserve. Second place, and $100 to spend in the SEC right across the hallway here.
Okay.
Second place received an M17 and $100 to spend. Third place received a 365 fuse. High lady received an M400 Rose and $100 in the to spend at SEC right across the hall. And High Junior got $250 to spend and a set of binoculars, SIG binoculars.
Wow.
So, and we're doing that every day, 3 days.
Legit prizes.
Yeah, that's more than most people would win at any major event. And all they have to do is stand here on the
most
carpet.
shooting competitions,
Yeah.
usually there's one gun on offer.
Stand here on the carpet, have a blast, and you get 3 runs at it. And you know, obviously JJ won today. He will not be able to shoot tomorrow.
We can give him the rose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's been great. Ace has been great. Everyone's had awesome response, and we've gotten a lot of involvement. And we're also available at the SEC in New Hampshire.
Oh, so you're the Ace
Get
stuff
Ace.
will be
Yeah,
available
that's
at
right.
the SIG Experience Center.
That's
Wow.
correct.
Let's talk about that real quick. I've often put it to people this way: if you want to get like what I did, I bought the nicest Quest headset I
Okay.
could get and a handset. This is going to set you back about the cost of a new gun, roughly, right?
That sounds about
like
right.
all inclusive. Can you kind of break that down for people at home who might be interested in getting this?
Yeah, so you need to get a Quest headset, and those are about $300 to $500, depending on which model you get. And then for Ace, you get the handset, which retails for $199, so $200 for this. And you get the yearly membership is $168, so $14 a month yearly. So you're looking at $368 for Ace, and then your headset, which is $300 to $500 new. You get them on eBay for $100. Then you're all in and ready to go.
Yeah, I would say it's like the cost of buying like a new P365X macro with maybe an optic and a couple of boxes of ammo.
Yeah.
And that's a practice for a year.
You
know,
you got
in my
hundreds
opinion.
of stages, unlimited rounds, and let's get after it, man. How many times you want?
Yeah, I do. I'm excited about like not just the combination, like just being able to shoot like that in my house and not having, you know, it's more interesting than dry fire. Like Bill was
There you
saying,
go.
it's not just dry fire. I
Yeah.
think it's an amazing development on dry fire, and I'm happy to see that both SIG and Ace are partnering up to make it a bigger deal.
No,
So-
I love that. Yeah, our community calls it dry fire and steroids. We keep seeing everyone say that. You get the immediate feedback. I know Max Michaud, world champion, he says it's like dry fire with results. So the thing is, you know what you hit and where you hit, so you're held accountable, and you have a lot more fun of hitting a
Yeah.
moving target or a drone, you know, things like that. So it's a good time.
And think
Yeah.
of the money you save in ammunition. I mean,
Oh,
how
yeah.
many rounds have been shot
that's
today?
right.
Inside, well, that's the thing.
Millions.
In the game,
Thousands.
the game tells you how much money you're saving with each round
Right.
fired account. What is that based on? Is that based off the current
30
price?
cents, yeah.
30 cents
Yeah.
per round. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. So, last question before we go here. Do either of you guys feel like there are any realistic limitations to the ACE system when it comes to training to be more proficient with firearms?
Well, I think one of the common requests we get is, hey, you don't have physical recoil. Can you put a physical recoil system in? And honestly, we tried. There's issues with the gyroscope on the Quest controller that are hard to overcome. And I think the other piece that Max Michel and other kind of pros have told us is like, you know what? If the recoil isn't exactly accurate, it maybe do more harm than good.
Right.
So that's kind of been by design of like, you know what, we're gonna give you a good experience. It has visual recoil, you gotta recoil your sights. But that's one piece that, you know, the ideal thing would have that in it if we could ever find a way to do
Yeah,
that.
like a CO2 gas gun, removable
Perhaps.
mags. You know, you can make
do
it as
crazy with
complex
it.
as you
yeah,
want,
that's
right?
right. Yeah.
So what about you, Phil? Do you feel like there's any like hard limitations outside of what we just talked about?
No, I don't think so. I think the system offers a lot of different optics options,
Yeah.
iron
Yeah.
sights. I mean, there's so many different ways you can practice and different platforms you can use to practice. I mean, I can't think of a shortcoming. And honestly, to your point, you know, I don't know if the lack of recoil is a bad thing, because, you know, for us, when we practice and we learn how to shoot, we learn the timing of the gun.
Right.
And a lot of that isn't physical; it's visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the recoil is programmed into the system, so
It is.
you're not able to shoot a 50-yard split at ridiculous times any more on this than you would be on a regular pistol.
Correct.
So I've seen I don't see much of a detriment. I mean, would recoil be okay? Yes, but it can also build some false some false negatives when it comes to recoil
Yeah,
control
I-
and timing the gun.
I think it would do more harm than good, because
Yeah.
you would, like you said, it's already programmed into the system to have
Right.
recoil. Now you're introducing it when I think most of us probably, you know, if I'm coming cold on the range, my first trigger pull is probably not going to be the cleanest.
Right.
And then if
This keeps things simple, and
Yeah.
sometimes simple is better. And, you know, it's not like you're not getting a benefit from it. So
Yeah.
this is as good as you can get without going on the range and shooting. And some could even argue this is even better in some points than that. But yeah, this is as good as it gets, and we love it.
yeah, and I love it too. So, Phil, Connor, thank you so much for explaining this in better words than I could have ever to our audience. So, and thank you guys for tuning in to TFBTV and TFBTV Showtime. Stay tuned for more from NRAM 2025.